Hey guys, I'm Nick, here with Chris and Sage, and today we will be building a computer.
We have the power supply, motherboard, case, CPU cooler, hard drive, CPU, graphics card, solid state drive, and sound card.
This is the case, it houses all the components. This is the CPU, it's the brain of your computer. This is the motherboard that connects all the components together. This is the RAM, which is very fast temporary memory. This is the hard drive, which stores data magnetically. This is a solid state drive, which stores data like a hard drive does, but with flash memory instead. This is the graphics card, which displays the image on your monitor. This is the power supply, which supplies power to the rest of the components. This is the CD drive, which reads CDs. This is a sound card. This is an aftermarket CPU cooler. Now we can start assembling the PC. First we will install the CPU. Simply for AMD, raise this lever, and there's a gold arrow on the top of the CPU. Line it up with the arrow on the socket, and it should go in. And lower the lever, and it's secure. Next, install the aftermarket CPU backplate. Simply remove the stock front plate and back plate, and for my cooler, the Hyper 2 and 12, you press it up against the back. You put the thumb screws through the one side. And then Cooler Master includes this to get a tighter fit on them. Now to install the front of the aftermarket CPU cooler. First apply some thermal paste. You only need about a pea-sized dot in the middle of the CPU heat spreader. Be sure to screw it in screw diagonally first. For this cooler, it takes quite a bit of pressure to get the second one down, so next we'll install the motherboard into the case. First you need to install the standoffs, which if you have micro ATX and your case supports ATX, you only have to use some of them. Just look on your motherboard and figure out which ones you need. So for mine, I'm going to need ones from. Now we will install the motherboard into the case. Simply rest it on the standoffs. Just like that, and screw it in. And last but not least, there we go. Next for the RAM. Basically, you pull these tabs back as far as they can go on both sides, and make sure there's a little notch. Make sure it lines up with your RAM. Place your RAM in the slot and apply pressure down. Both the tabs should click and it's inserted. Now for the hard drive and solid state drive. If your case is like mine, it will come with a tool-free bay. Simply place it in one side and then pull the other side over. And it's installed. For the solid state drive, it will likely come with a 2.5 inch adapter. Place it in the adapter and screw it in the 4 screw holes. There you go.
Done.
Next we'll install the sound card. My sound card is PCI, so my PCI slot is the lowest one. Just simply line it up with the bracket, place it in, and you're done. Next for the graphics card. Most graphics cards today are PCI Express, which is my second port. So once again, I line it up and don't tip the case, place it in, and since it's a bit heavier, you may want to put a screw in the PCI Express, or the PCI bracket. That's it for that part. For the CD drive, simply flick this to the open position. Plug it to the lock position and it will lock. And last but not least, for the power supply, some are bottom mounted like mine. Simply place them in, slide them, and you should be able to screw them in. Sometimes a screw will get obstructed and like a screw hole on the back will get obstructed. It's no big deal, just get as many as you can screwed in.
In this case there's only 3. That's it.
Most cases nowadays come with cable routing, where you can route the cables behind the motherboard and other components to create a cleaner looking case. So for this, they should come with grommets or holes leading back there. Just bring the cables behind. Now we can begin bringing them through the other grommets back to the front. So here's the back of the case with my wires routed out. I'm going to begin with the CPU power. There's a hole up here which will lead me close to the CPU power socket. So I'm going to route that cable up there first. That's for that part. Next I'll take my 24 pin, which is this one. It's right about here on the motherboard. So I'm going to bring it out here. Once again, turn my case around. And now that's installed. Next I'll do the power for my graphics card. For mine, I don't have enough PCI Express connectors, so I have to use a Molex adapter, which will look like that without the zip tie. So simply plug the correct. Simply take the two ends, once again bring them through. Piece around. Have your cables and connect them. And there we go. So next, we have the SATA power for the hard drive, solid state drive, and CD drive. Easy enough for that. You find one end will be hooked down. You look on the end of the connector and match them up. And then you just press it in and you're good to go. Do that for both drives. And for my CD drive, I'm going to use a different string. And then next, we'll connect the drives to the motherboard with some cables. These. Once again, there will be a connector next to the motherboard. I've got these all attached by the looks of it. I'll do later. And connect them to the drives. Now for the rest of my fans, I like to do what's called daisy chaining, which means I get Molex connectors like this, and I'll connect them, and it creates a large chain of fans. So once again, we'll go around to the back of the case. So I'll start connecting fans together. Should have two. So now I've finally completed the daisy chain. That's pretty much it for cables. Unfortunately, non-modular power supplies like mine create kind of a mess, which make it hard to get the case back on. So it should be fun to see how much force it takes to get it back. And then just slide. There we go. Back on. It's also a front panel connector, which is right about here, as you may see.
Or may not see.
Yes, there you go. Simply plug it in like that. as well as front panel audio, which I'm going to plug into my sound card. And last but not least, USB for my front panel, which is located right here, these couple, which once again you just plug in. And that's all. Next we can put the side panel back on, which is kind of dirty. For my case, you just press it against and slide it forward. And then screw the phone screws on the back. And then we have assembled it. There we go, fully functioning PC.
Bring the bass!
And there it boots up.
Okay, so they stop working.
Oh my god. This is the motherboard. Next we'll install the motherboard into the case. Simply rest it against the standoffs. And screw it in. Okay, let's do that again. Except for this time we're laying the case down.
Yeah.
And to install the 12-phase drives, you simply you simply wreck both of them.
That's the problem.
Yep.
Done. This on the top or bottom?
Top.
You know I'm taping you.
I don't care at this point. I just
Much easier.
shut up.
It's much easier than that. Your case will be hard to draw in, no shit.
Yeah,
It's just the front of it looks bullshit.
it's pretty intense.
Unless you make one of these and just have like constant circles going. Have like little square boxes behind it, you can do it.
Alright, we don't need to record this.
Wrong one.
There we go. Now it will go in easily. No! Not yet. Easily. Alright,
And then there's an earthquake that wipes out his computer.
it's not that heavy.
I give up. This is a finished computer. Oh god, how do you do that?